Welcome to the second part of the scenario management exercise. Let's open the instructions to the second part and open the company spreadsheet. As you observe, the company spreadsheet is solved since we have covered the first part, and we have also covered the first assignment corresponding to the first part in creating a chart that would exhibit sales versus expenses. Now what we need to do now is to create a different alternative scenario to see the behavior of this data analysis has to do with sales versus expenses when we are changing parametric cells, that is the cells that have been used in order to perform these calculations right here, such as the sales that correspond to the forecast on these sales that we have analyzed here, and the sales that correspond to the budget allocated to the cost of goods. All these can be parameters in this spreadsheet. Now, in order to create a scenario, we need to go to the data menu of Excel and then find the what if analysis option here. Select the what if analysis and choose the first choice, which is scenario manager, and this dialog here will appear. Now we want to create three scenarios. One will be exactly the same with our solution here, but we need to put it there so we don't lose it later on. So that would be scenario A, and the name would be A, and then here where it says change in sales, we will select this range, the forecast in sales, and click here to come back to the dialog, press OK, and we see the values. See, 0.05 is 5%, 0.062 is 6.20%, and so far and so forth. We don't make any changes because we want to keep one solution, this solution, intact. We press OK, and the changes will start to occur in the next scenario. So let's scroll down to the next part of the exercise. Here we have created this part of the exercise like that, and now we want to actually do the same thing for the second scenario named B, for the same range of cells which are maintained from the previous scenario, but we are going here to actually make some slight changes. So 0.62 will be changed to 0.048. This is going to be changed to 0.042, and finally that will become 0.045. And pressing OK, we have a second scenario, and then we now want to create the third scenario. So add, we name it C, the same range of cells. We press OK, but we change the numbers to this one will change to 0.068 based on what the image here shows us, and this to 654, and there you are, we have the third scenario. Now, having the three scenarios, now we can switch actually from one scenario to another by just double clicking here, see? So if I double click on scenario B, everything has changed because scenario B has parsed the data that I have placed in the corresponding cells in the range that I have depicted as the change in cells range. And if you observe, not only all the numbers have changed, but also the chart has been adjusted to actually reflect the changes that have occurred to the data from which the chart comes from. And the same thing, observe this more carefully, now will happen if we select scenario C. If I double click on scenario C, then I will see all the data changing. Also my chart changes to accommodate to the new parameters that have occurred right now. Now, if I go back to scenario A and I use this option, the summary option, then I will get this dialog that is depicted here. And if I choose the scenario summary option, since pivot tables will be referenced at a later on tutorial, and press OK, I observe that there is a new spreadsheet created here, which is automatically populated by Excel, and this spreadsheet basically gives us a data view of what's going on with the different scenario. So actually it tells us that our spreadsheet had these values, And the first scenario, as you can see, has exactly the same values. And the second scenario has these values, and the result of those values in the sales that are influenced by them is this. And the same goes with the last scenario. So like that, I can actually process even the different scenario and perform calculations or even create a chart that has to do with alternative versions of what Global Quality Corporation believes it will happen, it will possibly or alternatively happen in the future. And that basically concludes our scenario management tutorial. Looking forward to see you to the next tutorial.